All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today, it's been funny. We haven't really done a podcast lately, me and Amedeo. We've been kind of slacking in that department. We do have some pretty exciting news coming with that in these next couple of days, but that is not the topic of this video. We will be talking about the reverse retro jerseys that finally have been released by Adidas Hockey and the NHL, and all 31 teams have gotten these jerseys now. So as you see, as I'm screen sharing here on this, I guess the Zoom call, which I think I've heard about 30,000 times throughout this whole pandemic thing. But Amedeo, I appreciate you coming on. How are you doing, my man?
Doing good. It's always fun discussing jerseys in the NHL, especially now that all 31 teams have revealed a new one.
Yeah. And I feel like it makes a lot of sense for the NHL to release new jerseys around this time. Obviously, with the uncertainty of them having fans, how long the season will be, and things like that, they need to make money. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line, and I think this is probably the best way for them because jerseys are a big seller. And if you can kind of go back and bring things back that fans love, which is the retro stuff, then I think that's a huge hit for the league, and they're going to try to get as much money out of this as possible. So, just to start off, this is the Pacific Division. So as we're flicking through this, you have all four division. All the teams here split up by division. And the only one that you do not see the logo of is Chicago. So I pulled up a separate tweet here of the Chicago jersey. But just to start off, let's look at the Pacific Division here. So you got Anaheim, right? It's kind of got the throwback of Mighty Duck. I feel like the Ducks have never been that good at branding. It's hard because when you have a company like Disney, ABC, who really owns you, it's tough to really do much with your branding. And I feel like that was the biggest reason why they had to switch. I'm not really a big fan of this one. It's just, I don't know. I think there's so many. I mean, they already have, I think just by my memory, they have about 3 alternate jerseys that have the Mighty Ducks logo. They got the black one, the orange one. They also have the teal and purple one. From this past season. So there's a lot that they have, but just what are your thoughts on this one, just to start off?
I am a big sucker for ugly jerseys, and I know like back in the mid to late 90s, the NHL went through this entire craze where a lot of teams got a lot of third jerseys, because that's when the whole situation with that started happening. And Anaheim, there was a lot of ugly jerseys during that time, like the Burger King jersey, the Tampa Bay jersey. This jersey was probably the tops of the ugly jerseys, and I'm a big sucker for ugly jerseys, and I love this. I love it a lot. I know I know summer jerseys opinions. We have a lot of different opinions, but I love this jersey. I love the ugliness to it. It's just so ugly that I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like I feel the same way about the Flyers 3D jersey with the silver and the logo. It's disgusting, but I love it, and I've been trying to find my hands on it for years, and I can't. But moving on, you got the Arizona Coyotes, and this jersey is amazing, I will say. I absolutely love the purple. I think that's probably the best Coyotes logo out of all of them. I really don't like – I didn't like their first rebranding when they were Phoenix, when they went back to the new Coyote with the red. Now with them is Arizona. I really don't like their jersey now. I don't like their new rebranding. And I think, obviously, their big seller is the Kachina, so why not take it back another step? And they also have a green version of this jersey, which isn't as popular, but I think the purple one's probably more popular. I personally love this jersey. I love the desert at the bottom. As you said, the logo. I like all the details at the bottom. I think that's really cool. And I'm really curious to see how they do the rest of the uniform with the purple and things like that. It would be cool maybe if they do like an all-purple uniform, maybe purple helmets. I'm not really sure. That could be something. But one thing I kind of had thought maybe with all these jerseys, I would love for them to do like a retro collab with the equipment. Maybe they have like old equipment names, maybe partnered with Bauer. Same thing with the helmets. Maybe they have like a Jofa and Bauer partnership, and they make like these like retro helmets that they wear for these certain games. Kind of similar to maybe something they did with the last 2 stadium series with the Flyers and Penguins and the Kings and Avalanche, where they have the logos on the helmets and things like that. That could be something. But just to go off this jersey, what are your thoughts on this one, Amedeo? As I have a feeling you're a pretty big fan of this one.
I like this jersey a lot more that's purple. Yeah. The original green jersey, it was one of those jerseys back in the 90s when they revealed it was one of the ugliest jerseys in history, and it was originally called the Space Coyote. because it looked like the Coyote was just in space hovering over the desert for some odd reason. But this jersey looks a lot better. I like the purple. It fits with the Coyotes look. It fits with the Kachina look. I think it's good for the Coyotes and with all the tough crap they've been going through for the past like couple of months.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the situation with them in the draft and everything, I feel like that's the one thing everybody loves about Arizona. Their team stinks. They've always really been a bad team. They've had some great players play there. Jeremy Roenick, Shane Doan. I mean, it sucks because I think the biggest thing with Arizona is their arena is in a really bad spot. And I've said it before. I really think they should they should move, but they just can't get any money. So that's the problem. I feel like teams like Arizona, Florida, they're pretty much relying on what the NHL gives them, and it sucks. But just moving on, you got Calgary here, and they go back to the horse as they had this, early. I believe they had this in the late '90s, right? I know they had it in the early 2000s.
Yes, this was their alternate jersey in the 2000s before Reebok came in and switched the jerseys up.
Yeah. This is personally one of my favorite Flames jerseys. I've always liked the horse jersey. I've always liked black Flames jerseys. I feel like every time we see a Flames jersey, it's red if it's an alternate. There's been a few that have been white. I know they had the Heritage Classic white jersey from last year. But I really like it. I think the colors stand out. I love the logo. One thing I notice a lot about these jerseys, and you will notice as we start to talk about it more, is that the logos are big. That's one thing I like. I feel like, honestly, the smallest logo I've seen is on St. Louis's, which we'll get to. But that's just because of the way the jersey is. But just going off this Flames one here, Amedeo, what are your thoughts on this one?
I love it. I always loved the horse head growing up. That was one of the jerseys. It was like me when I was growing up. I always liked the weird jerseys.
Yeah, I did too.
And this was one of the weird jerseys, and I just liked it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like sometimes if it's weird but simple, it's good. And this is kind of what it is. It's three colors. It's simple. It looks very good. Black and red is good together. I think you add a little bit of yellow in there. That helps. It seems like there's a little base of Vancouver in there, as they have with the V stripe on the bottom, which looks kind of cool. Kind of similar to the Flying V Canuck jersey. If you want to even look at it like that. I know some Flames fans would probably hate me for saying that, but regardless, moving on here to Edmonton, I really like this jersey for the Oilers to do. It goes back really to the early Gretzky era, when they were right up there with New York as one of the best teams in the league year after year. And it just, they finally were able to get over the hump, and they won, 5 cups in around that time with Gretzky and Messier, Curry, Grand Fuhrer. But just going off this jersey, I like it. When I first saw it, Ice Ethics had posted, and you actually sent me it. It was a template of what all the jerseys were supposed to look like after the leaks, like it was pretty much just like the leaks of all the pictures and things like that, of just like little details on the jerseys. And this jersey was supposed to have, instead of white in the Oilers logo, it was supposed to be orange, because at that time they had orange in there. So it's actually white, which I think looks a lot better. If it was orange, it would look hideous, I think. I don't think the orange would look good with the blue. I don't even think you'd probably be able to read it. But again, I feel like some of these you have to really give them a chance until you see them on the ice. But Amedeo, what are your thoughts on this one here for Edmonton?
I mean, I like what they're doing right here. I think Edmonton, when they do the rebrand, like the couple years ago with the Adidas jerseys, I don't like the blue that they currently use. It's too dark. It doesn't mesh well with the orange. I like the classic blue that they had with their original sweaters, and I think this works well. They flip-flop the stripes a little bit, make it more primarily orange than blue. I like what they're doing right here. So I think it's not one of the best jerseys, but it's not a bad jersey by far, no way.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it's simple. It makes sense for the Oilers. I mean, they haven't really had many crazy jerseys. Maybe when they had the name of the jersey is slipping my mind right now, but it was the dark blue, and it had the oil logo on it. From I believe it was 2007 or 2006.
I love those jerseys.
Yeah,
so much.
I like that too. Yeah, they were cool. And then they also had when they had the dark blue, when they actually went to the Stanley Cup Finals, they had those dark blue.
They did.
They had the dark blue when Chris Pronger was on the team. Yeah, they had a lot of things like that.
Was it a dark blue, copper, and like white or something like that?
Yeah, they had like those different shades of colors there. But just going down here to the bottom, Los Angeles. Oh my, this is unbelievably good. When I saw this too, I had saw that the back of this logo was supposed to be yellow, and I hated it at first. Same thing with the Oilers. Now that I see it like this and it's purple and yellow, oh my God, It's probably top 5 on my list. But again, this jersey is wonderful. And I honestly think this should be the Kings stand-on logo, just really to begin with. I really don't like the Kings logo right now, but I wish they would honestly keep this one.
This is a must-buy for me. Must-buy. I love it. I love the Kings purple and gold colors. I wish that was their primary colors for some reason. And I like that logo that they used from the Gretzky era when he was with Los Angeles. I like that mishmash, and I think this is probably the best jersey in the Pacific.
Yeah, I think so too. I think honestly a really close one is this next one here, San Jose. I think that and LA are neck and neck. I love the color on this. I love how the gray stands out with the blue. Obviously the black comes in. You see the darkness and the color on the stick, which I've really liked. I've always liked this Sharks jersey. I've also loved the logo as well. But the one thing that really stands out to me is the word mark. I love how the C is like that. It kind of looks like it's obviously it's the old font, but it just looks cool with the colors. I think it really meshes well. I give this a perfect 10 out of 10. If I were to buy this one, I would definitely be buying my Shingas's spare one soon. I'm just joking around, but again, I really do like this one. I think it's a beautiful jersey. I cannot wait to see this one on the ice because again, whenever I play as the Sharks in NHL in the NHL game series, I've always used their 2006-7 jersey, which has this logo. That's one of the only really ones limited here for San Jose. But Amedeo, what are your thoughts on this one?
I honestly think it's very difficult to ruin a Sharks jersey. I think all the jerseys in their history have been very, very nice. The color palette's good. The logo has always been good. Even when they changed the logo to the teal on top of the Shark, it's hard to mess up a Sharks jersey. I think this is good.
I agree. I mean, I think their alternates this year are very good. The all black jerseys. I really don't think they've had a bad jersey at all. I honestly think they have. Honestly, to me, I think they have the best logo in the league. To be honest with you, I think their logo is really good. But just moving on here to Vancouver, wow, this one's really nice. To be honest with you, I thought this one wouldn't look as good, but it looks very good. If you do not know what this one is, if you go back, you look up 2001 Vancouver Canucks jerseys, they had the mix where it was pretty much the red had faded into the blue, and it was kind of around that time when they had Todd Bertuzzi, guys like that on Vancouver. And this was a time where pretty much everybody's been, calling out for the Flying V, right? And then they have the skate jersey. Well, they already have those. So I think this is probably one of the coolest things they could have did with Vancouver. I really like, this jersey, to be honest with you. I love how the colors kind of mesh in with each other. I think it's a hit for Vancouver. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. I think there's throughout this entire division, there's not one bad jersey. I think every jersey in this division is good. Mm-hmm. And I love this Vancouver jersey. I know a lot of Vancouver fans wanted to actually get like a green jersey, just to see what it would look like as green. But I like that they went with the gradient version and how it fades into the other colors. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I mean, I think all of these jerseys are good in their own way. I still don't like Anaheim's, but I still think to some, I see why people like it. But moving on to Vegas here, this one is really cool. I do like Vegas's jersey. I love this logo that they have. I think it's great. Now, the one thing that did kind of confuse me when I first saw this was the 95 on their back. But if many of you don't know, Vegas did actually have professional hockey, and they did have red jerseys back in the 90s. And that was why, they kind of went with this. And I think this is really cool for Vegas. I think this is probably obviously it was really the only logo they could have did. Because again, pretty much all of Vegas's jerseys had the exact same logo. I mean, they only have 2 logos in their history. It's not like they've had alternate logos or things like that. Well, obviously they do, but you get my point. But, I think just moving on, I think one of the biggest things was everybody, I think when Vegas came in, everybody was like, well, why is there red in the logo? I'm like, well, why do you think? There's all that stuff, down in Vegas. And if you see the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, there's red in that sign and everything. And if, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have the story of how they came up with the logo and the name and everything and things like that. And the thing that they used a lot was looking at, the Las Vegas sign and things along those lines. But again, I really like this jersey. I think it's a hit. And I think that's one of the biggest things that a lot of people talked about. They have the gold jersey now, and now they have a red. I think that's perfect for Vegas.
Exactly. I like to call back to the old Las Vegas Thunder. I think of what was the IHL or something like that IHL. Team played in. It's a nice callback. Basically the exact same jersey design as them. and they add the nice secondary logo that they have. It's a nice jersey. Very nice.
Yeah. So, moving on to the Atlantic Division here. Couple hits, couple misses. Detroit, what are you doing? We will get into that. But starting off Boston, I love it. I personally love this jersey. It has the meth bear on the shoulders. I think that's great. To me, it kind of looks like the bear that looks like it's been constipated for 20 years. But just going off, I love this Bruins logo. I think it's great. I love how the colors mesh in with each other. I feel like every time I've seen this logo, it's always been a white jersey, so I like how it is, how it's yellow. I think from what you said with San Jose, you can't really mess up a Sharks jersey. I think it's kind of the same with Boston. You can't really mess up a Bruins jersey unless you mess up something with it. You put yellow and where it's supposed to be black and it looks weird, or if it's white or whatever. But again, I think this is a really nice jersey.
I agree. I like it too. I think the last time Boston wore a yellow jersey was their Winter Classic in 2012. The last time you saw a yellow Boston jersey.
I think so. I'm trying to remember what their 2016 Winter Classic was. I believe it was black.
I think so.
Don't remember. I'll have to recheck on that one. But again, I think this is a really nice one. Moving on here, Buffalo. I don't know. I don't know about the Sabres. I liked it at first, and now that I'm seeing the red ones, everybody's throwing it back. I think the red would have looked a lot nicer with this. The one thing I don't like is the buffalo at the bottom, how it's written. I just don't like that. I think it looks okay. I really like the logo. That is one thing I will say. I think it's a really cool logo for Buffalo. I might have to see it on the ice to actually give it my full opinion. I'm not 100% sure on this one, though.
For me, this is a major nostalgia trip because when I was a kid, I grew up with the goat head buffalo logo, and I know people can't see from this picture, but on the shoulders, it's the goat head buffalo in the current colors that they just released for the Sabres. And I grew up with the black, the silver, the red, that goat head buffalo jersey. Those were brilliant when Danny Briere was always torturing the Flyers. And then it's just a nice jersey. This is a great nostalgia trip when that alternate red was there. I like what they're doing. They're mixing the old with the new. I like that.
Right.
I can see why people don't like it, but to me, this is more nostalgia than anything.
Yeah, and now that you say that, I honestly didn't see the shoulder patch picture. I didn't even know it was the goat head, so that might throw me more towards I like it. But Detroit, oh God, Detroit.
No words.
Moving on, Florida.
No, wait. Just because Detroit, I know we keep saying this, like every time we say this off video, it's like the Detroit creative staff, wherever they are, they meant like on their Zoom page or whatever, they were just like, okay, we have to make a reverse retro jersey. What's retro for our team, even though we have basically had the same jersey for our entire history? And what can we make interesting about it? Okay, white jersey. Let's change the red stripes to gray. Boom, we're done.
It's literally like Stevie Eiserman was just looking at it. He's like, change the red to gray, leave meeting. And
I honestly feel like they didn't show Eiserman this. I feel like they just left him off the book. And they just had, like, here you go, Steve.
Here. Yeah, you can design it. Let me just change this. He's like in the middle of making a trade. Can you change this jersey? Oh, yeah, let me just flip a couple colors around and that's it. Yeah, it's done. But just kind of, moving off here to Florida. One thing I will say, though, about the Red Wings is that I wish they did this a lot better. They could have. I wanted them to do the 2014 Winter Classic logo, right? And I wanted them to do the English style D on the shoulders. Mm-hmm. That would have been nice.
It would have.
I would have bought that in a heartbeat. But moving on to the Van Beesbrook era, the Pavel Bure era of the Florida Panthers logo, and pretty much the jersey, it looks like it's their colors now. It's pretty similar if you really, from what I remember, the Panthers, they've had that kind of like brighter yellow, similar to the Boston, but a little bit darker. But it seems like that this is their colors now. Also, it's obviously a mix of colors back from the 90s, but this jersey hits for me. I absolutely love this Panthers logo. It really reminds me of when around the time when my dad had really was teaching me about hockey and telling me all those things about like the Flyers from the late 90s, and then obviously going up to the Red Wings, and then Colorado with Ray Bourque, and obviously Florida making the Cup final in '96 in their first year. But again, This was unbelievable. I really do like this jersey for Florida, and I cannot wait to see some of these players in this one.
I love it. I absolutely love it. The old Florida logo is better than the current one they have, and I just like the blue Florida Panthers jerseys. It's just like it's beautiful. It's all I can say. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I wish the Panthers would make this their home jersey. I really don't like their rebranding, to be honest with you. I think it could be a little bit better. I like their old logo, but as I said, the color scheme was a little weird for me. Going down to the bottom here, Montreal. This one's nice. I like the Canadians. I just feel like every Canadian's jersey is the same. Like they always got like with the stripe in the middle, the stripe on the side, the stripes on the bottom. That's pretty much it. I mean, they really don't have much shoulder patch wise, things like that. I do like it though. I think it looks nice.
Yeah, can't fix what's not broken, I guess. So
yeah,
basically the Canadian jersey has been untouched throughout their entire history.
I mean, they are they've been in the NHL the longest. I mean, they've won the most Stanley Cups. I mean, there's a lot in the Canadians' history. Makes a lot of sense. Ottawa. Oh my, this one is nice. Pretty much to go around with their whole rebranding now, as they now have home and away jerseys with the old Senators logo from the 2007 that era when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost in 5 to Anaheim. But I love this one for the Sens. I think it's great. I love how the red mixes in. I love the numbers on the side. It's not too crammed. I like how it's just two colors, and then you obviously have the white and the gold and the logo, and then the white on the shoulder and on the numbers and things like that. But this one's a hit for me.
Yeah, just it's like you can't not have a red Senators jersey. So there you go, good jersey.
Yeah,
you did good.
And just kind of, I feel like with their new rebranding, I feel like it made a lot of sense to go with red. I don't really know what other color they could have went with. I mean, they have a black and a white. Maybe they could have went with a gray. I wonder how that would have looked. That could have been something. But again, I think this is probably one of the best ones. I would have liked to see maybe a partially gold, maybe a little bit. Maybe instead of the red in the middle, you throw a gold in there. Maybe the color from the Senator helmet on that logo. But that could have been something. But maybe they didn't want to compete with Vegas. I'm not really sure. Or maybe they just said, screw it, let's just keep it red. I have no idea. But again, moving on, Tampa Bay. This jersey is so nice. It is from 2004, which is the year that they based it off of. So when I had saw this, I honestly was really thinking that they maybe would have had a Stanley Cup patch, since it was from 2004, as literally every other team that I think, just by my memory, I'd have to go back and look, but every other team, the year that they have the jersey, they didn't win the Stanley Cup. The only one that did was Tampa. So I maybe had that feeling, maybe since they just won the Stanley Cup, maybe they get them in 2004. I don't really know. That was just something that maybe came to mind. But again, I think this is a really nice one. I've always loved this Tampa Bay logo. And again, this really reminds me from when pretty much Calgary should have won in 6 games, but St. Louis sent them home, and then Fedotenko just pretty much shut the door on them in Game 7. But and man, it just always reminds me that year of the Flyers when they probably could have had a really good chance to win the Cup that year, but they had so many.
They would have won the Cup that year.
Yeah, I think if they beat Tampa, they probably would have had a chance to. But Amedeo, what are your thoughts on this one?
Love it. Instant buy for me. Instant buy.
Yeah, who would you get, Kucherov or Stamkos?
Blank.
Blank. Okay.
Just blank.
Blank. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna take him on my fantasy team. Blank, number 48. But just kind of going into this next one here, Toronto. This jersey, I love the logo, I will say. Could have done a lot better, though. It's a little off. I mean, the Leafs only have 2 colors. I mean, there really isn't much they can do. I think they've pretty much changed a Leaf in every way possible. They've made it sharp. They've made it actually look like a leaf. They've made it look like a box.
Every decade, it's a new leaf.
Yeah, it's pretty much a new leaf with a different, literally just with a different font pretty much every time. But I do like this one. I think it is cool for Toronto. I'd like to see, again, some of these I'd have to see how they finish out the actual uniform to see how it would look. But again, I really do like this one.
It's a meh for me. It's just like, it's like what you said. They really can't do much. They only have 2 colors in their entire palette. Just eh.
And the thing is, what sells me is the logo. That's why I like it. I've always liked that Leafs logo.
I wish they went back to like the 2000s where they had that white alternate jersey.
Yeah,
that was probably one of their best jerseys.
Era. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But moving on here to the Central Division. So starting off Chicago, When I had looked at these, there was no actual logo that was released for the Blackhawks when the NHL posted the whole thread of the jerseys. I'm not 100% sure why. As you see for the last one here, it's the Metropolitan. All the logos are here, but there is none for Chicago. So they ended up tweeting one later on. But this is the Blackhawks one. This is the front, and then this is the back with the nameplate on this side. But just moving on to the front, this is pretty much the 2009 Winter Classic jersey logo. As if you remember, it's pretty similar, to be honest. It just has it was a smaller logo at that time, and it also had in the middle, it had the red and white stripe in the middle with the logo on top of it. But again, I like this one. I like the logo. They might have been able to do a little bit better, but I honestly think the Blackhawks are up there with one of the best logos in the league, along with who I said with San Jose earlier. Very historic. Again, original 16. I really do like this one for Chicago.
Yeah, it's a really nice jersey. I think just like Chicago's jerseys in general, it's like what we said with the other teams. Like it's hard to mess up a Blackhawks jersey. It's just like so historic, and it's so good for a long time.
I feel like they have the best home jerseys in the league. I mean, the red Blackhawks jerseys, unbelievable.
They do.
Yeah, it's incredible. But just going on here, oh my God, Nordiques. Oh my, instant buy. That is unbelievable. I absolutely love it. It makes me think, I wonder if they'll have a home one as well. That could be cool.
I desperately want one. I want one. The Nordiques jerseys are my favorite jersey ever in NHL history. I just love them. I don't know. It depends on my wallet budget. Most of the time when I just buy another team's jersey, I just go blank because it's a cheaper option. But I'm not sure.
All right, I have a proposal for you. If the Flyers win the Stanley Cup in 2021, you have to buy a Nordiques jersey, and you have to get Pavel Francouz on the back.
Why Francouz?
He's just the first guy that came to my mind.
It could have been McKinnon, could have been McCarr. No, Francouz, the backup goaltender.
Who's right-handed? The right-handed goaltender. Oh, that's
God.
Fun. Dallas. This one is a little
iffy
to me. I don't like the new green with the old logo. Why is it white?
I can't even. Does it say Dallas Stars on it? I can't even tell.
I don't know. I gotta squint. I can't tell.
Like seriously, whose idea was that? Put like very dim letters on a white jersey.
Like it looks okay. I mean, it's not horrible, but I mean, it could have been probably a lot better. I mean, I like the way that the jersey is itself. I think the colors mesh well, but you can't read stars for anything.
You can't.
I mean, like shouldn't the star be gold? I mean, that looks like it's beige. I mean, you can't really tell. I like it, but I think they could have maybe done the colors a little bit better. Minnesota. Oh my God, it's horrible. It's just like a big flaming pile of vomit. It's just terrible. It just looks like somebody just like, oh God, it just looks
I'm telling you, for this jersey, they should have just went with it could have used the North Stars logo if they want.
They should.
Like, I'm not sure if like Dallas has the rights to that to where Minnesota couldn't use it, but it's just like if Minnesota was able to just like, there was one jersey that they had a couple years ago was their ultimate. It was a word mark jersey. If they took the M from that jersey, put it on that in the North Stars colors, that jersey will look 10 times better.
I know what you're talking about. It was if you don't know what Amedeo is talking about, it is the green jersey, and it has Minnesota Wild written along the top like this, like going up. It's unbelievable. It's a very nice jersey. But Nashville, this is sweet. I love this. This is like the chemo team in an era of the Predators. I love it. It's great. I love first of all, the logo is unbelievable. I've always loved that Predators logo. I feel like they had this same logo on the shoulder patch for a while. I mean, I remember in 2008 when they had played the Red Wings in the playoffs, they had those same jerseys at the same time too. But again, I love the shoulder patch. I love the wording. The colors mesh well. I love how they still have that material at the top too. It's like that like meshy, like kind of like shiny.
I have always liked that about the old Nashville jerseys. They just like, how'd they do that?
Yeah, it looks cool. I think the Predators are probably one of the really good expansion teams with their jerseys. Their jerseys now stink because of Adidas.
Yeah.
Just the yellow helmet.
Like make this one of their. If they do, make it a primary jersey eventually.
I love their 2010-11 alternate with the blue and silver.
Yes, that's a nice jersey.
Unbelievable. I love that. But this one's a hit for me. I love it. I've always liked this Predators jersey. But St. Louis. Again, it's pretty much like Detroit. They just flip-flopped it. Usually the red is on the bottom and the blue is on the top. It looks okay. I don't know. I wish they kind of went with the one with the trumpets and the saxophones. That would have looked really cool.
They never would have done that.
No, they never would have, but that would have been nice. I don't really know any more other Blues jerseys they could have done. Maybe if they went to the 2013-14 one, when they had the Arch jersey, that could have been something.
Maybe. That is probably one of their best alternate jerseys.
I love
Arch
that
one.
Yeah. This one, I like it. It's okay. But I think they could have done it a little bit better. I mean, they already have this jersey as an alternate. They pretty much just flipped it.
Yeah. I mean, I love this St. Louis Blues jersey. I have that in my closet in the other room. It's nice. It works well. And then it was funny. Someone posted a tweet after this one was revealed. Okay, we need a yellow version of this one now.
Just make an all black one. They should just start making it like random colors. Like
yeah, they put red on the bottom, yellow as the primary, then blue as the other things.
Yeah, that could be something. But moving on, Winnipeg. I like it. I think the colors like blend in well, but I feel like every Jets alternate jersey has the same logo now.
Yeah. The original Jets logo is just better.
Yeah, it is. I like their new jerseys and their colors. I think their colors are cool. I also like their logo. I think it's nice, but I don't know. I don't really understand the gray.
Yeah, the gray is questionable. I do like that they're trying to match the modern colors with the old logo in an old style jersey. Yeah. It's just like, gray. Where'd the gray come from?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure where the gray really comes in. But just moving on here to the last division. So we finished the Central. Now we have the Metropolitan. Starting off another gray jersey here. The Hurricanes. I almost said the Whalers, but they are the Hurricanes.
They are the Hartford Whalers. Yeah. They should move back to Hartford.
They should. When literally, I feel like it's funny. I drove in Connecticut when I went to Boston a couple years ago, and it literally felt like it was buildings and trees for about 2 years. That's pretty much what it was. It's pretty much building trees in the Whalers. It's pretty much all I thought about.
Good.
And then we stopped at some random Burger King, but that's completely out of this whole topic of the video. But the Whalers here, I like it. I really do. I think this is a hit. I feel like everything Whalers is a hit, to be honest with you. They already had the green one. It made a lot of sense to go with this one. So now they have pretty much a home and away. I wonder if the weather's at home, though. Do you think they classify this as a home jersey because it's not white?
Probably. I would say to classify it as a home jersey.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they did wear it on the road, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if most teams wear these jerseys on the road.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like many teams are really going to be playing at home, because of the bubble and, well, we shouldn't say bubbles, but with the difference in what cities play where and the hub city for certain things. But I like this jersey for Hartford. I think it looks really cool. But again, moving on, Columbus. This is nice. I hated this when I saw the leak because I thought they were going to go with the Stinger logo it just, I don't know. I honestly forgot that Columbus was in the Metropolitan at one point. I don't know why. I was just looking through. I'm like, oh, I guess that's it. I thought it was the Capitals twice. Was what I thought it was. And I just forgot. I was like, I just completely forgot about Columbus because I'm not used to their jerseys being red. They've never had a red jersey. They've always had these. It
was funny too because when the third jersey debacle came in, when Columbus came into the league, everyone it was expected Columbus was going to get a red alternate, but it just never happened.
Yeah, I think Columbus's best jersey is the Cannon jersey.
Yeah, definitely, it's the Cannon jersey, without a doubt.
I love this logo though. I really do like this Blue Jackets logo.
Mm-hmm.
I love how this kind of fades in with each other. I think the colors look nice. I think it's probably the best jersey they've ever had.
Probably.
New Jersey. We've seen this before. They do have
Christmas. Yeah. Reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah. They do have they have a white one, right?
They do have a white one, yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did they have a red one with green?
They did have a red one with green as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty much they have the trio there of all of these. I'm not really sure what's too different. Is there an extra stripe or something? Or
Nah, I think it's just the same jersey. It's just green.
yeah, the Islanders, you get an F for your effort there.
F for everything. Like, why?
Yeah,
They didn't even try. It's like it's the same way. At least Detroit made it gray. The Islanders didn't try.
I mean, there really isn't much the Islanders can do. I mean, they've had really the same jerseys for
Fisherman jersey. This was the prime opportunity to bring back the Fisherman.
They should have done these colors with the Fisherman logo, and they should have changed the teal to dark blue. That would have looked sick.
Yes.
That would have looked nice. The Rangers, that is really nice. I love the Lady Liberty. It's great. It's from the Messier, the Malik era when he went between his legs. That was unbelievable. And again, I really like this jersey for New York. I think it's simple. It doesn't need to be too much. I think all blue makes a lot of sense for the Rangers. As most of you remember, the Liberty jersey from when it was introduced in the late 90s, it had the red on the bottom part of the forearm to the wrist. So that is something there that's a little bit different. But what are your thoughts on this one?
Lady Liberty jersey is probably the best side of the Rangers jersey. I do like their primary jersey because it's just old. It's part of their history. I like their jerseys, but Lady Liberty, nostalgia. It's fair. It's a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, I'm not used to the Rangers having a logo. I feel every time they've had wordmark.
Yeah, Lady Liberty is probably the best secondary for the Rangers.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna save the best one for last here. We're gonna go to Pittsburgh.
Oh God.
I like the Penguins one. I think it looks really cool. I like the wording of it. I just wish they went with the how did you
the Robo Penguin?
Yeah, the Robo Penguin. I wish they went with the 90s Penguin on here. That would have looked really cool. And if they didn't, I would have rather them kept the word mark and put the 90s Penguin on the shoulders instead of the Penguin that they have on there now. But I do like this one.
Yeah, it's a nice jersey. It's nothing special. It's not bad at all. It's a good jersey. Like I said, I just wish if Robo Penguin was on this jersey, it would be 10 times better.
Yeah. And we got two more here, the Flyers and the Capitals. So Washington. I love this. This is my favorite one. This is unbelievable.
Instant buy.
It's great. The logo is nice. The bottom, the colors mesh well. It doesn't look bad because it's red. It's unbelievable. I cannot wait to see Backstrom feed Ovechkin and just fire a one-timer.
Ovechkin wore these jerseys when he first came into the league when they were the Capitol building jersey and this jersey. Oh my God, that's nostalgia. A lot of these jerseys are nostalgia trips, and this one is an instant buy.
Yeah, I guess that's why they call them retro. But the main one that I've been wanting to talk about is the Flyers. The last one here. I absolutely love the Flyers one. I said that when these got leaked. I love it. I love how the colors mesh in together. Now that I've actually seen it on somebody, I like it more. It doesn't look like it is a really not bright. It's not bright, but it's not dark at the same time. It just looks like a really black orange. That's kind of what it looked like when I saw it. It wasn't a good picture. Now that it's the Adidas pictures and it's actually released, I really like it. I would love the Flyers to have white gloves with these. I really would. I think that would be cool. Maybe they do something like that. And as I said, maybe they have the equipment for all these. But what are your thoughts here on this last one with the Flyers?
I'm still in the middle ground with this jersey. I can tell someone's wearing the jersey. It does look better when someone wears the jersey, but I need to see this in action. Even though I'm going to buy this at the Flyers jersey collection for crying out loud. So this is most likely going to be a buy for me, but I'm going to be one of those Flyers fans that I just want the 90s jerseys back as their primaries. I want the Lindros era jerseys. I want the orange jersey, the white jersey, the black jersey. Those would look amazing in Adidas. Amazing. Yeah,
and I think Adidas would do it really well. And this thing, if they had flipped this and it was black and white on the top, this would have been great.
It would have.
It
definitely would have.
I still think it's great, but I think it would have been a lot better and the fans would have liked it. But now that I see it on here, I like it, honestly. Now that I see it, I see it more on somebody. But that is it. We have went through pretty much all of the jerseys and just a final wrap-up. Who do you think is the best one in each division? Just pick one jersey.
Each division?
4 in total, yeah.
So I guess we're starting with the Pacific. I'm going to say the Pacific, the best jersey is Los Angeles.
Okay, I'm going to say San Jose. All right, moving on to the Atlantic. I have Florida.
I have Tampa.
Okay. So I got San Jose in Florida, and you have Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. Moving on.
It's a tough one for you. I know that.
I'm stuck between Nashville and the Avs.
I'm gonna go Nordiques. Well, Avalanche.
Yeah, I think I got to go the Nordiques Avs too. And the Metro, I'm going the Caps.
Same. I'm going the Washington Capitals.
For my 4, I got the the Sharks, Florida, the Nordiques, and then the Capitals. Those are my top 4. And then you said Tampa Bay, LA,
And then
I don't remember.
Tampa Bay, LA, Colorado, and Washington.
Right. Yeah, so pretty similar. Again, I think a lot of these are kind of hit or miss. I mean, really, the worst one is Detroit. It's
Yeah.
pretty obvious. Second worst is probably Minnesota. And the third worst is definitely New York, the Islanders. But again, all in all, I really like these jerseys. I think this is a huge hit for the NHL. Remember, guys, you can check out Amedeo on Instagram and Twitter. Amedeo, if you want to drop down your stuff there below so where people can find you.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Amedeo Grassia 98. Instagram, it's TTP Sports, and my YouTube channel is TTP Sports as well.
All right, so I will have links to all your stuff there in the description. So, guys, if you want to check out Amedeo and his rant to yesterday's Eagles game, you can check that out. And also, we will have a podcast coming soon, as this is my podcast partner here, my partner in crime. So, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.